Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man, J.O. Panther. Hey, just doing a video, another F.A.F.O video, y'all. It's been almost, 4 months since Donald Trump took office, and yet still this man has yet to pretty much answer or go through with any of his promises, his beneficial promises that he made to the American people. Remember, this the same man that was talking about the big deal at the border, that all these undocumented people were coming in. He was acting like they were an army coming in with machine guns, you know what I'm saying? Which is bull crap, right? So that's what his main thing was. All these undocumented workers are so dangerous and everything else, da 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 da. And what has he done for the border since he got elected? Not a damn thing, right? There's no new bills coming through to address the situation at the border. To really, I mean, there was one thing where he did some with the Mexican, with Mexico, where they sent some troops or something like that. But that was way in the beginning. That didn't really do jack shit. That didn't really do nothing. And then, since then, he hasn't done nothing to address this big time border situation that he was screaming and hollering about. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Hasn't done jack. All right, but this was his main thing. He talked about he was gonna lower the prices of everything. Yeah, hey, so MAGA, where's that low gas he was talking about? Right? Talk about, oh yeah, his gas price is gonna go super low. Where's that at? Where's it at? He said grocery prices. He's gonna get grocery prices down and everything. That hasn't happened yet. You know, am I missing something? And then he actually came out and said, well, you know, in one of his interviews, when he did the interview after he was nominated for Man of the Year, what a fallacy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, and he said, well, I may not be able to get grocery prices down. You think you're lying, mofo? You weren't saying that when you was running for election, did you? When you was running for election, you talk about, oh, you want to get grocery prices down. You want to get everything down, right? Then after you get elected, he admits it. Well, you know, I may not be able to get it down. We know you wouldn't be able to get it down, especially using tariffs. All the experts said the exact opposite. All the experts said that your tariffs was going to make everything more expensive. Was going to make the um, inflation go up. And what did people do? People didn't want to listen to that. J.D. Vance in the debate talk about, oh, we don't need to listen to experts. Well, J.D. Vance, I think you do. Because guess what? The stock market today, Dow Jones, is down big time. One of the biggest drops since he got elected, since he started talking about tariffs. Even his rich business friends don't have confidence in him and his policies. Okay? So when you think about it, go, stupid cat. Anyway, but when you think about it, even his rich friends don't want to have nothing to do with him. And that's why the Dow Jones is down. So even his rich friends realize he's full of crap. Stop! Sorry about that, y'all. My stupid cat trying to claw every damn thing. Anyway, so yeah, MAGA, what's happening? Where's this low gas, these low groceries, this lower inflation that he was promising? And then when he comes out and admits it, you guys still gonna back him up? You know, he made a big deal about DEI, which is crazy because all of his cabinet picks were hired because of DEI. None of them were qualified. And that leak, or the telephone leak where they had the reporter on there on the unsecured line talking about classified information, that just tells you that these people were not qualified for the positions that he gave them. Hagseth should have never, ever got his position. But he got it because he was loyal to Trump. That's ultimate DEI. And you see what happens when you have idiots that you give jobs to just because of DEI. They make stupid mistakes like that. You know, he's talking about, I didn't know the reporter was on the line. Mofo, you supposed to make sure who you should know who's on that line with you. You got hired for that high position and you didn't know that? You're an idiot. And Donald Trump is an idiot for hiring you. Then Donald Trump wants to yell about DEI. Everyone in your cabinet is DEI, Trump. You piece of crap. No good mofo. You're worthless. Straight up worthless. The worst president, the worst individual to even run for the office. You are horrible. You are POS. Straight up. But anyway. And then, you know, so then he went up here and he defunded the Department of Education, saying that, okay, we're going to go ahead and leave it to the states. Now, for you MAGA people, y'all knew this was coming. We told y'all, but y'all didn't want to believe us. Here's a fact. When you go to a lot of these poor states in the U.S., okay, you see a lot of their schools are closing because the state doesn't have the money to fund them. You got teachers who have to use their own pay to buy books and supplies for their kids, in their classes. You got teachers who don't get paid enough and teachers who are getting laid off. And that was when the Department of Education was able to help them out with a little bit of federal money. Now he's saying, oh no, we're going to take that money away. We're just going to go ahead and leave it completely to the states. Donald Trump must be effing blind to see that that doesn't work when you just leave it to the states and say, we're just going to let them handle it. Really? I'm sorry, but it doesn't work well. Look at how many schools are closing. Okay? Now these are people that have to probably give up their jobs, right? Because getting a babysitter is probably going to be more than what they make, so they have to give up their jobs so they can be home with their kids if their kids' school closed down. Okay? That's not great. Okay? The states don't have the money or the know-how to manage these schools by themselves. That's why you see schools closing. States are bankrupt, man. States are broke. And now he wants to make it even worse by saying we ain't gonna even give you the little bit of federal money you were getting. You may say, well, but then why would he do that? You know why? So he could benefit his rich friends. Because the private schools and the charter schools are not going to be touched. They have rich benefactors to go ahead and back them up. So that'd be good. So basically, you have a situation where if you're middle class or lower class, guess what? You're probably going to see your school close. You won't be able to go to school. You're going to still have to shit in when it comes to school supplies. Okay. Meanwhile, the rich kids, they're going to be in charter schools and private school, getting the best education ever, getting everything paid for. Middle class and lower income people and minorities, guess what? Our kids ain't going to be learning shit. Some of them may even have to sit at home because the parents need to have a job and the school is closed. You think Donald Trump give a shit? He doesn't care. Remember, he hates poor people. He's all for the rich. As long as his rich friends are getting the good education and everything like that, that means they're going to get the better jobs because they're going to have the better education. So we're going to create a system where if you're middle class or lower income, your job outlook is not good. Your education outlook is not good. You're not going to. It's going to be hard for you to get the same jobs as those higher educated, rich kids and individuals are going to get. Okay, it's a social war. Is what it is. All right, and we know that a lot of white people look down at other white people too, right? Remember that term "white trailer trash"? Who came up with that? White folks, suburban white people, and rich white people, and elite white people who thought that they were better than the middle class and lower income white people. So they don't give a damn about the lower income or poor white people. They consider them trailer trash. They don't care. You're not living in a mansion like me. You trailer trash. Okay. So for all MAGA people, you voted for a man who was a POS, who hasn't gone through any of his promises. Now the unemployment rate is going to go high because him and Elon Musk is firing everybody. Inflation is going to go high because of tariffs. Lower income, middle class kids are not going to get education because more schools are going to be closing because he's leaving it to the states completely. Meanwhile, the rich is going to prosper and everybody else is going to be screwed. I hope you guys are happy with that, you MAGA idiots. This your man, Jail Panther, and I'm out. And like I said, I want to welcome everybody to my channel, which is jailpanther.bksy.social. That's my Blue Sky handle. And I will put this video on my TikTok also. Y'all take it easy.